Thank you very much, Norma, and everyone at the European Speech and Language Therapy Association for inviting me to address this ESLA launch on European Speech and Language Therapy Day. It is a moment to reflect on all the good work that the Standing Liaison Committee of EU Speech and Language Therapists has undertaken since it was founded back in 1988, and to look ahead at what the organisation's fresh mandate has in store for this sector. And in this regard, I think that telepractice will be a running theme in your discussions going forward. The last year has been challenging across the board, but if there's one positive outcome, it's that it has forced various businesses and practices to take a long, hard look at where improvements can be made in their services delivery and actually take action. This modus operandi is far from ideal, and I'm sure that all of you have faced teething problems when you had to venture into a new model of service delivery literally overnight. In some respects, we also face this in the European Parliament, where our pledge to stay close to citizens throughout our mandate was challenged in terms of its delivery. A year later, I can say that we have gotten better at doing so, despite physical distancing and an ongoing pandemic. Moreover, it is on us politicians to look at the resources at the disposal of organisations and practitioners, such as yourselves, to continue to carry out the essential services that you do despite the physical obstacles. And there's a host of areas that need improving for practitioners to continue their valuable work with patients remotely. Throughout my term as a member of the European Parliament, I have consistently made the point that no one can be left behind. And in the 21st century, that also means that no one can be left behind digitally. We have to work harder to plug the gaps in infrastructure. That means certain parts of our union have slower internet speeds, and to ensure, for instance, that islands already facing double insularity don't have to contend with a third layer of it from the digital perspective. We also have to strengthen our data protection regimes and define a distinctly pro-European framework that gives practitioners and patients the confidence to engage in private consultation and therapy with their minds at rest. Lastly, we have to speed up the digitalization of our health services and health information, ensuring that patients can receive, review, and store their personal health data in an easily accessible and secure format. The Union has tangible contributions to make on all these points, not least through the National Resilience and Recovery Fund, that will, together with the Union's long-term budget over the next 7 years, see an unprecedented €1.8 trillion released in EU funds and grants for Member States to be able to kickstart their economic recovery. This long-term investment goes beyond restarting economies as they have existed so far. Exiting this pandemic successfully means riding this cataclysm and not acting as though it never happened. In this vein, I augur that Member States will be planning accordingly to make the most out of these financial resources to fully complete the digital revolution over the coming years, also to the benefit of patients and therapists. I wish you all the best as you embark on this endeavour, and I encourage you to reach out with any proposals about how such a digital transformation will help you in the essential therapy that you provide for so many of our citizens.